Hey, it's Question. We're gonna have the official kit info for all of the new Gokus, the Spirit Bomb Goku Zenkai, and the EX Gohan Zenkai. So you can see at 14 stars, this guy has 2.3 million health, 247 strike attack, 159,000 strike defense, 232,000 blast attack, and 156,000 blast defense. So this guy's obviously gonna be a melee type. His defenses are pretty lackluster. Anything that's below 160,000 is going to be pretty bad, but we'll see how his kit is. Final Ray of Hope inflicts all enemies with an attribute downgrade plus 30% to strike damage received for 30 timer counts, plus 40% to damage inflicted for 30 timer counts. Restores own health by 20% and ki by 40. That is a good main ability. For a free-to-play unit, that is a really great ability. Being able to give pretty much 40% to damage inflicted and restore your health. That's good in and of itself. On top of that, being able to restore 40 ki. Unique ability: engaged, inflicted damage up, applies the following effects itself when this character enters the battlefield. 60% to damage inflicted for 20 timer counts. Wow, so you can get 100% damage inflicted. Okay. Reduces damage received by 30% for 20 timer counts. That's pretty freaking good. Considering that his defenses aren't high, that reduced damage received is going to be great. Applies the following effects itself from battle start for 80 timer counts. Wow, card draw speed for 80 timer counts. That is definitely something that is going to make him even better as well. Increases arts, so 60% to ki recovery as well. Strike, blast, Kamehameha. Deals major impact damage, plus 20% to damage inflicted for 15 timer counts upon activation. 30% to strike damage inflicted for 20 timer counts, cancels own attribute downgrades and abnormal conditions. And he holds 2 strike cards, obviously making sense since he is a melee type. So at 14 stars, he's going to be buffing 28% to episode Saiyan Saga Z and or Element Red. Then we have Super Saiyan Goku. His stats: he has more HP, strike attack 235,000, strike defense 146,000, blast attack 242,000, blast defense 152,000. So if we compare them to raw stats, you can easily see who looks a little bit better. So strike defenses on the Super Saiyan Goku are a lot worse than the base form Goku. And then when you look at their strike attack, he's got 5,000 more strike attack than this guy has blast attack. So this guy seems, his overall base stats are pretty bad. We'll see how his kit is. Awaken Power. Draw a special move arts card next. Plus 50% to damage inflicted for 20 timer counts. Cancels own attribute downgrades. 15 timer counts must elapse. A blue card is good. However, if he was able to recover ki to use that blue card, that would make it even better. Engage. Inflicted damage up. Applies the following effects to itself when this character enters the battlefield. He restores ki by 30, plus 70% to damage inflicted for 15 timer counts. So you can get 120% to damage inflicted. Wow. Reduces damage received by 20 timer counts. Once again, defenses are subpar, so that's definitely going to help. Rage, inflicted damage up. Applies the following effects to itself per defeated battle member when this character enters the battlefield. Plus 20% to damage inflicted, cannot be cancelled. Reduces damage received by 10%, cannot be cancelled. Restores health by 10%. Wow, okay. Effects reset after character switch. So you can have this running again and again and again and again, where he restores health over and over, where you can switch repeatedly. It's pretty weird seeing how their defenses are low, but yeah, they are getting that sustained damage cut, which is good. Super Kamehameha. Plus 50% to special move damage inflicted for 3 timer counts upon activation. Form of attack. Restores own ki by 30, plus 20% to damage inflicted for 20 timer counts. That's a little basic green card, nothing too much about it. Frieza Saga Z, and I'm assuming yellow. Yep. So 28%. And then this guy has also got, I'm assuming, 28%. So it looks like that's going to be a theme occurring within all of these. This guy is a defense type. His blue HP is 2.4 million. Strike attack and blast attack are both below 230,000. His defenses are over 160,000, but even now that it really isn't too good. I have my transforming yellow Vegito at 14 stars, and he has 65,000 defense for both, and he's still not able to tank as much at all. So I assume this guy's going to be the same thing. If he has sustained damage, cut, anything like that, that's obviously going to be a big play. Determined Battle. Restores ally health by 20%. Inflicts all enemies with attribute downgrade. -1 arts card draw speed level for 15 timer counts. Cancels enemy attribute upgrades. 20 timer counts must elapse. Applies the following effects itself every time when faced with an enemy. Plus 30% to damage inflicted for 15 timer counts. Reduces damage received by 25%. For 10 timer counts. Additional plus 30% to strike damage inflicted for 15 timer counts every time when faced with tag Saiyan. So this guy anti-Saiyan, okay. Cover sustained damage cut. Reduces damage received by 40% until combo ends when changing cover. Plus 25% to damage inflicted for 25 timer counts. And plus 2 to own substitution count when activated. So it's a little bit trading off for a little bit, but it really isn't that much of a deal. 40% to sustain damage received. That is a lot. That is good. That is able to reduce that much. So he's going to be able to potentially have a 65% damage received buff for him when he's faced with an enemy and when he cover changes. That's obviously really good. Super Kamehameha once again deals major impact damage plus 20% to damage inflicted for 15 timer counts upon activation. Form of Life restores own health by 15%. Cancels allies attribute downgrades. That health restoration is obviously always welcome. Seeing as a defense unit, I do understand why he holds 1 strike and 1 blast art. Determined Battle. Start of... Oh no, that's tournament power. So Majin Buu Saga and Blue. Okay, makes sense. Super Saiyan 3 Goku. This guy is a melee type. 2.4 million health. Oh, okay. Yeah, this guy's definitely melee. He's got 245,000 strike attack, but only 228,000 blast attack. His defenses are 160k, and he's not a defense type, which is obviously amazing. If he has sustained damage cut on top of that, that's gonna be amazing. Full Strength Unleashed restores his own ki by 50, increases arts card draw speed level by 1, plus 20% damage. You only have to wait 5 timer counts. Wow, that is a good main ability. Restore ki, you're able to keep your combo going, and you get more damage too. Assault, inflicted damage up. Applies the following effects itself from battle start for 60 timer counts. 60% down. Oh my gosh, 60% to damage inflicted, 50% to strike damage inflicted. Reduces damage received by 30%. Yeah, this guy's definitely like better than all the previous ones we've talked about so far. Plus 70% to ki recovery. Anti-regeneration, 30% to damage inflicted against tag regeneration. Reduces damage received from tag regeneration by 15%. Not only is this guy able to tank, but he's also able to output damage. Super Kamehameha deals major impact damage, inflicts enemy with attribute downgrade, plus 20% to damage received for 15 timer counts on hit. Form of Attack, 30% to strike damage inflicted for 15 timer counts, minus 10 to own strike arts cost for 15 counts, cannot be stacked. This guy, yeah, he's definitely the best of all of the ones we've talked about. He can get 130% to damage inflicted to his strikes. Wow. That is good. Majin Buu Saga once again, 28% yellow. Super Saiyan God Goku, 2.4 million health, 240,000 strike attack, blast attack 224,000, strike defense and blast defense hovering around 160,000. This guy's also a melee type. Surging Power of the Gods, draw a strike arts next, restores own health by 20% and ki by 40. Inflicts all enemies with the attribute downgrade plus 5 to substitution count for 15 timer counts. Okay, that's pretty good. That's a pretty good main ability. Restore on health by 20% and get ki. Inflicted damage up. Applies the following effects itself when this character enters the battlefield. Plus 40% to damage inflicted for 15 timer counts. Reduces damage received by 20% for 15 timer counts. Additional plus 30% to damage inflicted when a tag Saiyan other than this character is a battle member. Effects reset after character switch. Applies the following effects itself every time this character uses a strike or blast arts card. Restore. What? Restores ki by 10, plus 20% damage inflicted for 10 timer counts. Minus 3 to arts cost for 5. Wow, this guy's got a pretty good freaking kit. A pretty good freaking kit. Wow. Wow. When he gets in the field, he's able to reduce damage and get damage inflicted. This reminds me of Zenkai Super Saiyan Gogeta, where every time he uses a card, a strike or blast card, he gets damage inflicted and he reduces the cost of those cards as well. So this is pretty much the same thing, except on top of that, he gets to restore 10 ki as well. So you'll be able to keep the combo going even longer. Only thing that does suck though is he does not have card draw speed. That would have really made it even better. Dragon Smash. 50% chance to cancel enemy attribute upgrades on hit, form of attack. 20% damage inflicted for 15 timer counts. 30% ki recovery for 15 timer counts. Wow, he holds a strike and blast. I guess that's how they're gonna balance him. God of Destruction Beerus Saga. Okay. Super Saiyan Blue Goku. 2.4 million health. 242,000 strike attack. 154,000 strike and blast defense. And 240,000 blast attack. So this guy is ranged, but his strike attack is higher. So we have, what, 4 melee types, 1 defense type, and 1 blast type. Okay. Restore his own health by 20%. 40% of damage inflicted for 40 timer counts. Cancels own attribute downgrades. Flawless power. 10 timer counts must elapse. Health restoration, once again, always good. Damage inflicted, good as well. Applies the following effects itself when this character enters the battlefield. 50% to damage inflicted for 15 timer counts. 40% to blast damage inflicted for 15 timer counts. Reduces damage received by 30% for 15 timer counts. Every single one of these Gokus has reduced damage received, which obviously is going to help for the fact that they have subpar defenses. Only thing is that you're going to actually have to work for it to actually be able to tank a lot more, whether it be changing cover, switching in, or entering the battlefield. Applies the following effects itself. Allies when this character is switched to standby. Plus 20% to damage inflicted for 20 timer counts. Plus 20% to ki recovery for 20 timer counts. Plus 10% to critical rate for 10 timer counts. I mean, he can get 90 to blast to damage inflicted, and then over 100% to blast damage inflicted. Okay. Super Kamehameha deals major impact damage plus 20% to blast damage inflicted for 20 timer counts upon activation. Form of attack restores own ki by 30 plus 20% to blast damage inflicted by allies for 15 timer counts. Good thing he holds 2 blast cards considering he is that range type. Frieza Resurrected Saga S. So all of these guys, they buff 28% to whatever they're buffing. 20%, and then obviously they buff their color as well. By far, the Super Saiyan 3 Goku stuck out to me the most. He's definitely going to be better than the base form Super Saiyan and Super Saiyan 2. So we have 1 melee type, 1 range type, 1 defense type, another melee type, 3 melee types, 2 range types. Okay, so we have 3 melee types, 2 range types, and 1 defense type. I was really thinking that they were all going to be buffing Goku and not actually buff like the episodes like they have here. Now we have Gohan Zenkai Awakening. There really isn't much to it. It's just going to be, I guess, kind of like subpar because it's really whatever. 2.4 million health, strike attack. I mean, this guy's a defense type, so you want his defenses to be up there. The majority of us aren't going to have him 14 stars, so at 9 star, this guy's pretty subpar with his defenses still. Putting him up at 14 stars, he's up there with his defenses. I'll give him that. He definitely is there. He really isn't going to be doing much damage-wise, which is the point. Restores ally health by 20% plus 25% to damage inflicted for 25 timer counts, no holding back. Applies the following effects itself when this character enters the battlefield. Plus 20% to damage inflicted for 20 timer counts, reduces damage received by 50% for 10 timer counts. Additional, plus 40% to blast damage inflicted when this character Trunks is a battle member. effect resets after character switch. Cover, sustained damage cut. Reduces damage received by 40% until combo ends when changing cover. +2 to own substitution count when activated. Unfaltering willpower unlocks at adept. Applies the following effects itself after enemy attack is over. Increases arts card draw speed by 1 level for 10 timer counts, +40% to own key recovery for 20 timer counts. Valiant Fighter. Applies the following effects itself when this character enters the battlefield. Restores ki by 30, +45% to damage inflicted for 25 timer counts. Overall, a pretty good kit. He's going to be able to deal that damage with getting that damage inflicted buffs for his blast damage and just damage inflicted in general. He is getting that reduced damage received, which is always going to be welcome, and he does have card draw speed, so he'll be able to drag on a combo in case you want to buy time and make sure you can tag someone in. He's going to be able to do that. Deals major impact damage, 50% to damage inflicted for 15 timer counts upon activation. Form of life, restores own health by 10% and ki by 35. That's good. Health, ki, always welcome. Defense type, holds 1 strike, 1 blast, makes sense. And then obviously with his Zenkai ability, he's going to be buffing green and EX, and then 23% to base strike and blast defense for future. I really don't see this guy taking up a spot in future, especially if you have someone like Transforming Green Rose. He really isn't going to be taking up a spot at all. Unless you don't have someone like Green Rose, then you can have him there, but this guy isn't looking like anything special. He's not looking like a tremendous EX Zenkai unit. He's able to tank that damage, but other than that, that's pretty much all he's going to do. Then we have Zenkai Goku, Spirit Bomb Goku. Last Hope, 30% to damage inflicted for 20 timer counts, inflicts enemy with attribute downgrade +40% to blast damage received for 25 timer counts. 50 timer counts must elapse. Unique ability, inflict damage up. Applies the following effects itself while there are 3 battle members remaining. 30% to damage inflicted, reduces damage received by 20%. Seize the initiative, reduces damage received by 20% until combo ends when changing cover. Applies the following effects itself from battle start for 45 timer counts. +30% to damage inflicted, nullifies attribute downgrades and abnormal conditions. That's impossible. Applies the following effects to allies when this character is defeated. Restores health by 10%, 20% to damage inflicted, to the bitter end. Applies the following effects itself when this character enters the battlefield. Restores ki by 30, +10% to damage inflicted. Increases arch card draw speed by 1 level for 15 timer counts. Okay. Definitely looking better than the EX Gohan. He's getting damage inflicted. He's able to restore health simply for getting on the battlefield and when a character is knocked down and defeated. He does have card draw speed like Gohan, so there's really not much of a difference between that. However, his stats are just going to be higher overall. So between these two Zenkais, obviously Spirit Bomb Goku's better, but Gohan is obviously there, but he's not going to be taking a spot on future. Let's face it. This guy for Frieza Saga Z, I guess you can run blue, purple along with the Zenkai Dynamic Goku and EX Zenkai Krillin as well. That's definitely going to be possible now. So this guy is going to be earning his spot too, because he's going to be buffing the Zenkai Dynamic Goku with his Zenkai ability, and then same thing with the Zenkai Dynamic Goku. He's going to be buffing this guy, so it's going to be back to back on that. He gives 25% to Dag Saiyan base strike defense, and then the usual here with the Zenkai ability, 20, 25. So this is the units breakdown. Once again, this is also good news as well, in case you did not know. This is loading up here. We do have a banner returning, a very, very, very good banner returning. And I know for a fact that y'all gonna be like, hey, let's get it. It is the LFZ Power banner. Yep. The LFZ Power banner is returning. Obviously, there really isn't much else. So we got the kits. Who knows? The way they could release them, it could be every day they drop a new one, or every 2 days they drop a new one. I don't see them all dropping at the same time, because I feel like the developers would think that that's overwhelming us. But to be honest, we've faced a 2-week long drought. Just give us everything. So I expect them to drop all one by one every 2 days. And then the EX Gohan and Spirit Bomb Goku, those are going to be dropping tonight for sure. I don't know. There's nothing else to say. Just stay tuned for my summons for the 30th anniversary and using Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Because if you don't think Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta is going to be dropping, you're on something.
I'm a god boy from another land far from here. When I came to these shores, I chose to live as a man. But the truth is, I was born a god, and so were you.